the state officials or the state level is going to have to pay. In this case, it's the federal government. So ideally, it would be nice, and that's hopefully something that will change, where you can sue for punitive damages and win. But at the
Hmm.
federal level, that's pretty hard right now. Um, so they're not going to
So
have
in
to pay.
reality, taxpayers are paying money and then getting some of it back, like a
What
like
the
a tax
reality
return.
is, no, the reality is we're paying for ICE's salaries that have been inflated $170 billion, and then
God
we're going to
damn.
pay a second time for when they're sued. So this
Oh, you're
whole
just paying. Okay, you're just
we're paying
so
twice.
just taxpayers just keep paying.
Yeah, we're just going to keep paying, and then we'll complain about immigration.
Sounds like a fair deal, right?
Ah.
Yeah,
So, question: how can the Arabs protect themselves in this situation? Do they snitch on the Mexicans?
that's a good question. Right now, it's interesting because we don't know who the targets are, but it depends on what happens with Iran, right? Because maybe
Yeah.
the search for immigrants will now focus on Arabs and Iranians. You saw some of ICE going after Iranians in uh, in certain cities, right, where grandmothers who have been here for years were detained and then um, sent back to Iran or whatever. But I think
Yeah.
that it's hard to say what's going to happen. You're seeing a lot of elections where people are saying they're not happy with Trump and especially on this issue. Um, and so it depends on how stubborn Trump is and what he's going to do, if he's going to kind of pull back or double down. He's crazy
Hmm.
enough to start a war with Iran. What's to say that he won't double down? And then all of a sudden, Arabs and Iranians are the target, and you and I have to worry about carrying a passport with us.
Hmm. Ali, what's your opinion on this matter?
Oh, I don't have. I mean, I don't have an opinion on this matter, but I do have a question about joke thieves. What is the punishment for stealing a joke? Are they
That's the
able to
worst
like
Oh,
crime.
sue someone for stealing a joke, or do they send them to prison
ICE
or
detention center, bro.
execution?
It should be, yeah, there should be. That's the worst crime you can do in comedy. Unfortunately, there's a lot of parallel thinking. There's a lot of people that have the same premise, and
Mhm.
I've been on both sides of that argument where people thought I stole something, or also where people have said, "Oh, this guy stole your joke," and most
Oh,
of the time, it's not stealing; it's parallel thinking, or people have the same premise.
yeah.
I had a joke about Juneteenth and how people were upset about Juneteenth in Florida, and there was another comedian who had a similar joke, but we started with the same premise, but went completely different ways. And so him and I both knew that we didn't take each other's jokes, but a lot of people were arguing that. So yeah, it's hard. I've seen people put jokes. Amy Schumer has been accused of being a joke
Hmm.
thief. She took something
Yeah.
almost verbatim from Patrice O'Neill and from
Oof.
a few other comedians. And Nikki Glazer has been accused of it. I know she took one of my friend Joe Prano's jokes, and
Wow.
there's just there's no real policing of it unless it happens at a bigger level. Obviously
Hmm.
bigger names that steal from other bigger names get busted, but at lower levels, it's just your reputation gets destroyed, and it's not worth it. In fact, for me, if there's comedians who are even similar to me, I don't watch their specials because I don't want to accidentally pick
Mm.
something up.
You
Yeah.
say that though, Amy Schumer and Nikki Glazer have the biggest careers right now. You say it destroys their reputation if they steal jokes, but
The stuff that they stole didn't make them big though. They did that after they were already big, so it's a little
mm,
different. And Carlos Mencia is the most famous joke thief, right? And so his career was
Yeah.
destroyed because he was known to steal jokes.